What's up, guys? Welcome back to Freak Out Fishing. Today we're doing something completely different that we've never done before on this channel, and we're going through some tackle. We're going to do some line, some rods, reels, baits, lures, soft plastics, all that kind of stuff. Getting ready for the upcoming 2019 season. And now it's February, and up here in the Northeast, it's been kind of wonky a little bit. We haven't had time to go really like trout fishing or anything like that, and the skim ice on every kind of little pond, small lake. Reservoirs look pretty good, but haven't had time to go out and test these waters. So we are going to go through our tackle, get everything set up, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So we got a lot of soft plastics here. We got a lot of beavers, got a lot of swim baits, trailers, crawls, all kinds of stuff. Got the bag that I gotta go through. Got a lot of other soft plastics in here. Look at all this stuff. I got so many soft plastics. I bet you guys have the same thing just sitting around. Worms, crawls, beavers, creature baits, all kinds of stuff. Got the scale that needs to be calibrated, I'm sure. Got the MTB box in there. Gotta go through, pull all that stuff out. Braid, fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is usually what I usually like to go with. Got a lot of stuff that's hooked up with mono, but fluorocarbon is usually I'm gonna go with, at least with leaders, and the spider wire braid is always a go-to for me. I don't have a whole lot of stuff that I can go shop at as far as, Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. I only got Walmart's, and pretty much Dick's is pretty much what I got. Well, hello there. So that's what we're going to be stringing up our lines with, or reels that is. Old boxes, Plinko boxes, got some top waters, some jerk baits, some crankbaits, got some extra plastics and stuff in here that we're going to be filling up our new Plinko 3700 Pro Latch stowaway boxes. I'm really stoked about that, nice and big, so I can put that in the bag. Got the machete in case I need to hack through some limbs and whatnot. Make sure I can get to that awesome, fresh, no one has ever been there type of spot. And this bad boy right here, I gotta go through. Got a lot of crappie baits, got a lot of small panfish baits, hooks, swivels, all that kind of stuff, weights, and make sure we can fill up our tackle box with those, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Now, to give you guys an idea of what's coming up next, tomorrow we're gonna try a brand new small little lake. Never been to before, been to once actually, just to scout it out, see what was in there, see what the water but water depth and all that kind of stuff, cover and so on and so forth. Researched a little bit, there's some largemouth in there, a lot of panfish and some crappie. We're gonna try that tomorrow. Hopefully there's no ice on it. Of course, up here lately, the ice has been too thin to be walking on to ice fish, and it's been too real cold to get out there and fish. So, further ado, let's get started. So here's some stuff that I like to take with me in my backpack or in my bag or whatever you like to carry with your fishing gear and so on and so forth, just in case you need it. First aid kit, like I said before, in case you get stuck, you need some alcohol swabs, some band-aids, some gauze, some this, some that. It's always good to take with some kids with you if you're taking kids fishing, because they're going to get stuck. It's happened to me plenty of times, and this is always a good idea to take with you. Compass, not necessary, but I like to take one just in case I'm out on the water. The wind's blowing, if it's overcast and I'm kind of disoriented from where the wind is blowing in from. Of course, you're going to be checking your forecast before you go out fishing anyway, so not necessary. But if you're out in the woods, having a compass is always a good thing to have. Some deep pliers, just in case that fish gets that hook way down in there, especially if you're fishing with worms or something like that. I always like to keep this with me. Again, good tool if you're fishing out with kids. They can't set the hook fast enough. That thing is down at his throat. Of course, we always want to keep fish alive. We don't want to kill them. Nice sharp knife. I like to cut my line when I'm tying on and tying off and so on and so forth with a nice sharp knife. A lot of people like to use clippers, like nail clippers, or even scissors, even their teeth. I can't do that, so I like to carry a nice sharp knife with me. Grippers, lip grippers. In case you catch something with a lot of teeth, a lot of big sharp teeth, pickerel, muskie, pike, things of that nature, I like to keep these on hand just in case. We haven't done a whole lot of videos with that kind of situation, but I like to keep them with me. A lot of that stuff coming up soon, guys, so stay tuned for that. Scale. Gotta have a scale, guys. Just in case you catch that big bass, you want to make sure that you document that bass. That thing's going to be big. You want to make sure that you have it on record and on a scale. Be sure you bring one of those. They're not expensive. I bought this at Walmart. I think it was like $10. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that, but you can get some cheap ones. You can get some really expensive ones. I know the sheriff's got one for like, I think it was like $9, maybe even $5. I can't remember, but make sure you get a scale, guys. This thing is really important. If you are an active angler, you know you've got a scale on your boat or on your backpack or bag or whatever you're bringing with you. Pliers. Every angler out there is watching this video, or new angler that's never really gone out fishing every other day or every day, make sure you get a good pair of pliers. This is a multi-tool. I use it for all kinds of stuff. Cutting line if I forgot my knife or something like that. This thing is really good and nice and handy. I like to keep it in a pouch on my belt just in case I need it real quick and in a hurry. This thing's really cool. Like I said before, machete. I take this with me. I go hiking a lot of times if I need to get into those tight spots. If I see a good fishing spot, a cove or something like that, I want to get in there and throw that whatever I'm throwing. I always bring my machete with me, and especially if you're out in the woods, you never know what's going to happen. If you're coming across a wild animal or something, this thing's really nice to have. A neck sock right over your neck, pulled over your hat, pulled over your head. This thing's really cool. Keep you cool when those hot summer days. This thing is a really big, nice lifesaver. And of course, guys, always, always, always bring your fishing license. Always bring your fishing license. A lot of guys that I've known, I fish in the past, are like, well, I don't need to get one. I never get popped by the DNR. Guys, I'm telling you, man, the day you don't bring this thing is the day that you get stopped. So I got my terminal tackle kind of set up here. Got some bobbers in case I go out with the boys, in case I want to do some finesse fishing with some jigs or whatever, some hair jigs or something like that. Plenty of sinkers. Got some bullet sinkers, split shot sinkers, some bait, plain shank hooks. Got plenty of 3-aught, 4-aught, 5-aught, 3-aught, worm hooks or creature hooks, whatever you want to call them. Some shaky heads, some Ned rigs, some nail weights. Got some swim bait hooks and things of that nature, so we're good to go there. Let's move on to the lures. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but these hooks and rings are rusty as hell. So I got to take these things off, replace them, and I would suggest taking off the ring as well, because that rust is like, it's like a virus, man. And once it hits that metal, if the hooks are not good and good quality, they're gonna spread out through your box. So I'm gonna take these off, but I really want to show you guys this. But I'm working on the crankbait and the jerkbait box and probably the spinnerbait section here as well. But yeah, rusty hooks, bad quality hooks they're just not the way to go. Make sure you always change your hooks if you have to. I don't have the hooks with me to change these out with, but coming up soon, I'm definitely going to change these out. This is a good bait. I think this is a KVD. I don't know exactly what kind it is, but not the top of my head. I don't have the package anymore, but I'm definitely going to change these hooks out to definitely get some more strikes in the future, for sure. You know, on second thought, after taking the hooks off and the rings, I think it might have just been the rings. I think I might just keep these hooks. These look like, I don't know what kind of hooks they are, but they look pretty solid after just rubbing on them a little bit, and they seem to be pretty strong. So I kind of take back what I said before. So I'm gonna keep these hooks for now, but I'm going to change the rings a little bit later on this KVD. This is a really nice bait. I've caught about 3-pound bass off this thing. This is really cool. So I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to keep these hooks too. I'm going to clean them up a little bit, but I took the rings off. I'll go out and get some rings in the next couple months And yeah, we'll keep throwing this bad boy right here. So I just finished the fast moving crankbait, jerkbait, swim bait / box. Now you're looking at this, guys, and you're saying like, oh my god, this dude has nothing in his tackle. But there's a lot of stuff in here. I got just a few of these deep divers for, fall time. I only got one of these swim baits so far. I'm going to get a lot more of these before the actual real summer hits, because we got a lot of clear water up here in Maryland. This will be really cool. I got this from Mystery Tackle Box. This is really cool. We'll talk about this at some other time. A lot of crankbaits, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 4 to 8, 6 to 8 feet divers, bluegill pattern, shad pattern, all kinds of stuff. I got this bad boy that I made myself on the lure challenge, which I will, too small of hooks, but we'll talk about that at some other time. And some other jerk baits, which, I've had more. I've lost a lot. This is what I've got so far, but as you guys know, as anglers, your arsenal always grows as time goes on. But this is my fast-moving jerkbait / crankbait / swim bait box, and it will only grow bigger as time goes on, but this is it so far. Let's move on to the other box. Let's go. Alright, so just got finished with the top water and spinner bait combo box / jig box. I got some half-ounce jigs. I got 3/16, 5/16 jigs. I got some spinner baits that I got to change out these blades because they're all nasty. Whopper plopper, frog, hula poppers, buzz baits, all that kind of stuff to get some really good reaction strikes. Now, I know, again, you're thinking, oh my god, this dude has like limited topwater stuff, but I tell you what, guys, I have not gone out and bought any kind of topwater stuff in quite some time. Why? Because every time I tie on a topwater, a spinner bait, a jig, I always lose them. So comment down below if you're the same way. If all this stuff that that catches bass and you tie on and you lose them, comment down below and give this video a like, because I'm one of those guys. Let's move on to the soft plastics. Let's go. So I just got finished with my soft plastic favorite jig trailer box. Now I throw a lot of jigs. I love throwing jigs. I love trailers on jigs and so on and so forth. The different kind of color profiles and matchups and things of that nature. So I've got here the classic Havoc 4-inch 8-count Skeet Reese design right here. This thing is really cool for Texas rig, even on a trailer of any kind of jig. Then you got power bait chigger crawl, and this is a little bit smaller of a profile, but this thing is great when it comes to simple Texas rig, smaller hook, even on a smaller micro jig. This thing catches a lot of fish for us at Freak Out Fishing. I love this thing. This thing's cool. Reaction Innovations, this beaver, Smalley beaver. This thing is really cool on a Nico rig, even another smaller profile jig. This thing is really cool in the springtime. Love this thing and any other kind of grass type or anything like that. This thing is really cool to use in clear water and things of that nature. Then you got the Sweet Beaver. This thing is killer. Love this soft plastic from Reaction Innovations. It's one side is kind of like a brown, then the other side is like a blue, sparkly blue black. This thing is killer with a black and blue jig. Great trailer. This thing is really good. And kind of like murky water and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. And then I got just a couple other things that I've had in the past that are not so much torn up, just a realistic crawfish, a couple swim baits, a saltwater swim with a chartreuse tail there, another swim bait from Mystery Tackle Box. We'll go through that in a little bit. And then some power bait worms and things of that nature that are not so much torn up, that are still usable, have not been unscented in any way. I didn't, wipe my butt when I took a dump and then put these on a trailer hook or anything like this. But yeah, these things are really cool. Love this setup. I'm super excited. Now, a lot of people leave this stuff in the bag thinking that you know, they're going to get tainted and things of that nature. But, you know, I've seen dudes through YouTube and stuff like that that put these in their own box. Not so much creature baits, but more like Senko worms and things of that nature. But I'm excited just to have these on hand. That way I can just pull the entire box out, grab what I want, no matter what kind of situation, water clarity, that kind of thing, and get rocking and rolling. Then I got a small box of soft plastics that I've used in the past that are kind of torn up from catching fish. And then the hooks have torn through them a little bit. We're going to melt these down and probably make our own little soft plastics come early summer, late spring, and things of that nature. I'm going to keep those to the side. Now, when it comes to swim baits and such, with these nice tails and the nice action that they give you when you're presented with a swim bait jig head or a hook or whatever, what have you, I like to keep them in the packages they come in. Once you open them up, they kind of shift around and whatever, but if I put them in a box, they're going to get all crinkled up and whatnot, this tail right here, and it's not going to give you so much the action that you're going to be looking for. So we're going to keep them in the package for now. It's coming up pre-spawn and the spawn and even the post-spawn. These things are going to be deadly with the right setup on the jig hooks and whatever, what have you, the swim bait hooks. We're going to keep them in there for now. And moving on. So there you go, all finished up, ready to rock and roll. If you guys like this type of video, if you guys want to see more of this kind of video, if there's anything that we didn't touch or cover, make sure you drop a comment down below. Be sure to like, share, comment, more things, more stuff, and we will see you guys on the next one.